Alright, it's no secret, I don't like Halloween, but apparently it's gonna come this year anyway, so let's talk about it. Everyone gets so amped up over this fucking holiday. I don't know why. I mean, I can't go door to door and get candy anymore, so... I think the problem with Halloween these days, in my defense, is we're a little desensitized, right? With movies like It, and any other Halloween movie that came out that I don't care about, they're not really scary to us anymore. They're like ironic and funny, like, oh, oh, I'm so scared. Let's talk about some real scare, some childhood scare. That's right, folks, I'm talking about the primo, the creme de la creme of Halloween content. Disney Channel Halloween movies. Yeah, baby! First on the list, fan favorite, Halloween Town. This movie's my worst fucking nightmare. Halloween every day. And no matter what I did, it would just be Halloween all the fucking time.
Halloween is cool.
No 4th of July. Sorry, America. No Christmas. Sorry, gifts. No... Are there any other holidays that really matter? Anyway, it would be Halloween all the time. Worst fucking nightmare. Let's play a trailer.
Tonight at 8/7 Central, it's Halloween Town. Marnie Cromwell's family can't be normal.
Why?
Because her grandmother's a witch.
Totally.
And she lives in Halloween Town, where it's Halloween all the time.
Oh, being normal is vastly overrated.
Find out more about Marnie Cromwell's family's vastly strange past. It's Disney Channel's original movie, Halloween Town. Tonight at 8/7 Central, only on Disney Channel.
So this movie, Marnie Cromwell finds out that she's a witch. For some reason, that's a problem. The mom was such a bitch about it, too. She's like, oh, great. My mom's back in town to take the kids away to be magical. Fuck that, lady. Are you kidding me? If I found out my kids were witches and warlocks, I'd be like, hey, why don't you clean your room? And they would be like, what now? All right, get daddy a beer. Why'd she have to be such a bitch about it? Actually, speaking of being a bitch, the son, such a pussy.
Powers? What powers?
Guys, I don't think magic is real, okay? Then they go to Halloween Town, and they see everyone are like goblins and ghouls and shit, and he's still like, there's a perfectly good explanation for all of this. I'm sure we're in a coma. Yeah, alright. Much rather be in a coma than in a town where there's actual magic. Actually, I probably would prefer that, but regardless. And that dude, the mayor of the town ends up being the bad guy? That's scary as shit. I mean, when does that ever happen in real life? Oh, just check the news. It turns out it happens all the time. Anyway, if I had to rate this movie on a scary scale, I'd give it 6 out of 10 pumpkins. But that's just because I'm a huge pussy. Moving on. Let's talk about the movie Under Wraps.
And he's walking your way on Disney.
That's a mummy! Cool! What are we gonna call him? How about Harold?
And it's up to these 3 kids to help him find his way back home.
We don't have much time, right, Harold?
Under Wraps, tonight at 8/7 Central.
Now, in this cinematic adventure, a group of children find a sarcophagus. In case you don't know what that means, it's what they used to wrap Egyptian people in. I almost said mummies. They wrap Egyptian people in these things. They become mummies who come back to life and apparently hang out with 7-year-old children. So these kids find it, and instead of giving it to the proper authorities or bringing it to the nearest museum, they just decide to keep it. Like a pet, but it's a grown dead person. Seems like a logical answer. I'd be so freaked out with the bacteria on this thing. I mean, I don't keep normal people around me, let alone a dead one. And where are the parents? I couldn't get away with, like, keeping a kitten or a dog from my parents. I don't know, a fucking dead human walking around? These are some sneaky fucking kids. This thing's walking around, like, moaning and groaning like some kind of Alzheimer-ridden elderly person, and they decide to name it Harold. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? It's like, oh, don't worry, it's just Harold. Ha! Classic Harold. The fact that these kids got away with toting around a dead person is pretty terrifying to me. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 13 candy corns. Moving on. This next one. I know we're just joking around like, oh yeah, Disney Channel, so scary, Kyle, like, haha. This one legit creeped me the fuck out as a child, and kinda still does. It's called Don't Look Under the Bed.
In the quiet town of Middleburg, something is playing a game with Francis. But it isn't playing by the rules, and it isn't playing nice. I will warn you, only once. Don't look under the bed.
The boogeyman's got Darwin?
The boogeyman lives under your bed. A Disney Channel original movie, Don't Look Under the Bed, this Saturday, October 9th at 7:30 p.m., 6:30 Central, only on Disney Channel.
It's about believing in imaginary friends, which I had a ton of, by the way, growing up. Except they thought the kid across the street was cooler, so they always went over there. But anyway, apparently the plot of the movie is if you don't believe in your imaginary friend enough, they become the boogeyman that live underneath your bed. Low-key, they did a really good job of making the boogeyman look fucking scary. They had like the creepy contacts in the act. I don't know why I did this. And like the fang teeth and shit. Scary movie. It's giving me the fairly scary. I'm gonna give it a hard 13 out of 23 hay bales. Next movie, Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. What?
She'll go out, then we'll go out. Why don't I feel better about this?
But when they find out,
Dimitri's a vampire. Good point.
they'll be dying to get her out of it.
I'm not gonna let Dimitri turn Mom into an onion. What?
Disney Channel presents I Have the Power.
Yeah, right.
Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire.
See, this is why Tinder and Bumble shouldn't have been around back then, because there would have been a shit ton of MILFs going on dates with monsters. I was gonna make a joke about me being a monster. Never mind. If I found out my mom was on a date with a vampire, I'd be like, really? Really, Ma? You couldn't have found like a werewolf or something actually cool? I'm not gonna have some vampire stepdad walking around the house like, oh, I want you to take out the trash. You're not my dad. Just like pull out a cross. They did a pretty good job with this movie because they played the whole like child not wanting someone to date their mom thing while also playing the classic, you know, I'm gonna suck your mother dry of all her blood, make her have eternal life thing. Disney Channel did a good job of meshing those two classic tales of childhood struggle. I'm gonna give this one a soft 59 corn stalks. Not even out of a certain number, they just get a flat 59 corn stalks. Next movie on the list, Phantom of the Megaplex.
Something's fishy at the Cotton Hills Megaplex.
We must find out who is causing this chaos and make it stop.
Is it Pete? Is it Karen? Is it a living person? At all. Phantom of the Megaplex, a Disney Channel original movie.
I want him found.
Phantom of the Megaplex, tonight at 8/7 Central on Disney Channel.
Not a fan of this one. I love going to the movies, and if there was a Phantom at one, I don't think I'd be scared. I'd just be fucking bothered. Like, dude, I paid $20 for this ticket, $13 for popcorn, $5 for a box of candy, and $7 for a bottle of water. I didn't pay over $50 to do with Phantoms. I just want to watch the new Spider-Man and then just go home. It's bad enough going to the movies by myself. I don't need Phantoms showing up out of nowhere ruining my date to myself with Applebee's dollar margaritas, okay? I just don't. But regardless, there's a Phantom at this Cineplex, and the manager is a dick the whole time. He's telling the kids working there, who obviously hate their lives because they work at a fucking Cineplex. He's like, listen, I want this Phantom bullshit figured out by the end of your shift. You're gone. I get paid like $7 an hour, dude. I'm not a ghost hunter. Well, I want it sorted out. I want to know who's going to do the what here, all right? Because I worked hard to get this management position at a movie theater. Just figure out the whole Phantom thing, okay? I'm going to give it... Yeah, I think this is fair. I'm going to give it 5.5 black cats. This last one, primo Halloween movie.
300 years later, it's Halloween Eve, and they're back.
We're home.
Now they're digging up old friends. Only one boy has the power to stop them
Prepare to die again. You have no powers here, you fool.
before all Salem falls under their spell.
Hocus Pocus, throats down, favorite Halloween movie. For one simple reason. That was two. Not the theatrics, not the quality of the cinematic adventure. Cast a spell on me. Premise of this movie, I'm sure you already know. These witches get burned at the stake, and they're like, we'll be back. We're witches. And everyone's like, no, you're gonna get burned alive. And they're like, you'll see. The witches come back. We're back to turn shit up in the 21st century, so suck a dick. This virgin is like, the whole movie, he just wants to get with this beautiful girl. And he has to babysit his little sister, which is enough of a cock block, but throw 3 witches into the mix. Why not? They're basically going to take over the whole town and eat a bunch of children, Classic witch shit. So he's like, alright, I guess it's my duty to take care of this now. Mine as well. I've got nothing else going on fucking Halloween when I'm trying to get laid. So the virgin, the chick, his little sister, a black cat with a spirit in it, are trying to stop these witches. And then the witches pull a little Texas switch. They cast a spell on everyone by singing a dope-ass song. Low-key, that song fucks pretty hard, actually. I feel like if Cast a Spell on You was like a dubstep remix, like at an EDM festival, people would lose their shit. There's a lot of chicanery in this movie. There's a lot of tomfoolery. It's like, I don't know, I guess that's just what happens when your town's infested with witches. Even if one of them is super sexy and should call me sometime if she's a retired actress and sees this film and wants to date a civilian. I'm just saying. Hocus Pocus gets a hard 2 tricks, 1 treat. And I think that's fair. Those are my reviews of some of the classic Halloween movies that premiered in my childhood. I'm definitely going to be doing more Disney Channel reviews. There's a lot of classic movies that have been swept under the rug that I'm going to bring back to life. Definitely not any more Halloween movies for at least a year. Probably exactly a year, because Halloween's every year. Idiot. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, or I'm probably not going to do anything. I'm a huge pussy.